I don't think he likes the Brandon Churros voice.
Or fucking eagle.
Hello, it is Friday. It is exactly 9 p.m. GMT, which is 4 p.m. Eastern. Welcome to the Wil and Dave Show. Will Vincent along with Dave Judson. We've got John Goke, we've got Andrew King, we have Aaron Likens, ladies and gentlemen. And Dave actually hasn't heard my voice until right now when I started the podcast because I've just walked in the house and been eating a burger.
A burger. But you
Yeah.
gotta eat 10 minutes before the show. That's what all good people do when they're on the radio, TV, podcast, whatever.
Well, yeah, you go into iRacing Brazil, Rafael, he will go and cook food 10 minutes before broadcast. Yana Metakayan. Well, I've now got to imply that Yana is good, but he'll cook 10 minutes before a broadcast. Yoni Backman, he'll cook too 10 minutes before a broadcast, and therefore, I'm eating a burger 10 minutes before a broadcast. In fact, I actually only finished 1 minute and 57 seconds ago. Boom.
A burger and a wank.
Right. So, if you'd like to be in contact with the Wil and Dave Show on Twitter, follow us at Wil and Dave Show. Use the hashtag Wil and Dave. Alternatively, also hashtag GlacierTV. On Facebook, it is facebook.com/Wil and Dave, or you can search for the Wil and Dave Show. Follow us on YouTube as well by going to youtube.com/GlacierTV Archive. And we're also available on iTunes each and every Sunday. We're available on the ETV Motorsports Radio Network every Tuesdays and Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern. Motherfucker, done.
You nailed it, and with extra energy. Bonus points to you, good sir.
Well, yeah, as well as having a burger and some really bad onion rings. I think those onion rings actually, stopped being onion rings back in 1961. But I had some really bad onion rings and also got Starbucks. I didn't actually have enough time to get alcohol on the way home. So this is Will Vincent doing the Wil and Dave Show sober.
Give me that sock.
You don't have alcohol in the house at all times?
No. Actually, I have. It's chili vodka, though. Have I told you the story about this chili vodka before?
No, I don't think I've heard the shitty vodka story.
Have you guys know about the Scoville scale?
Yes.
Is that a no from you, Dave?
I said yes.
Okay. 100,000 Scoville vodka.
That seems quite hot.
Seems excessive.
Yeah, then
Why would you make vodka that hot?
why not? That's the weaker of the two versions. There's one which is 250,000 Scovilles as well. But I was a little bit too pussy shit to buy that one.
So you bought really hot vodka, but then you refused to drink it?
I've got about a third of a bottle left. Let's be honest. Right. I could mix a half shot of that with a full can of Pepsi or Coke or whatever your favorite brand of, soft carbonated drink was, and you'll still get punched in the gut every time you take a sip. And it's not like, ooh, look at this. This is rather nice and spicy. It is, oh my god, you're fucking hot. Hot.
Sure clears out your sinuses pretty good.
I've also just realised that I must be clipping on here, and you must be rather quiet, because I haven't reset all the sound levels, which I'm going to do right now from when we were playing the Takunoe World Championship yesterday, Dave.
Yeah, you realized Take Inoue's dream of not only winning a Formula One race, but becoming world champion and single-handedly putting the footwork number 2 in the Constructor Championship.
I really should. I was going to say I should have wrecked out the Williams, but I tried wrecking out everyone along the way.
Yeah, you hit. It's funny because every car you hit doesn't crash, but they can put you up on a curb and you'd spin out. So that's kind of unfair.
Well, yeah, there was more bad driving than an IndyCar fixed race in that. Let's be honest, it was atrocious.
Hey, I gotta take a little offense to that, saying that I run the fixed series quite often. There can be some good races.
Okay,
And
a bottom split,
good drivers, but
a bottom split
Go fuck
Texas
yourself.
race in the fixed series.
there we go. Michael Thornton.
Well, yeah, you know what? The fixed racing at Texas, in the bottom split, it was almost like Snake back on the You remember Snake on the Nokias?
Better you play Mario Kart.
It was just a bit like that. Everyone moves to the left, everyone goes to the right, everyone goes to the left, everyone goes to the right. And it's just like follow the motherfucking leader.
I want to be inside you.
Yeah. Well,
Hey, that was me.
Very quickly, I have got to take a tangent because I have been, I spent the evening with some lovely people, Jake Swanson and Scott Woodris, down at Autosport International, And there was a huge charity go-kart race going on, which, if you get bored of this, go to Downforce Radio. They're doing live comment. I'd say live commentary. It's them with an iPad walking around talking to people, and they haven't really got a commentary spot. So they're just walking around and commentating, and it's actually rather kind of fun. But that charity go-kart race is for Alzheimer's Society, which has been set up by the Weldon family. It's a Dan Weldon memorial race trophy thing. And I had...
What the?
Anyway.
Wow, way to interrupt the story.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And I had the absolute honour today of being able to meet and chat with Holly and Austin Weldon, who, for those of you who are well informed would know, are the brother and sister of the late Dan Weldon. And I have to say, it is a fucking amazing event, Dave. You pay £200, basically, each. And that is for a team of anywhere between 4 and 7 people. And it's a 3-hour endurance go-karting event, and it's hilarious fun to watch.
Yeah, that sounds like that could be a very good time. Did you get involved in that, or going to plan on it?
Well, because it's kind of happening right now, I kind of left to go back home to talk to you guys. But we are thinking next year we're going to raise money through iRacing. We're going to have a GlacierTV / Wil and Dave show / Downforce UK team. As I say, you can have anywhere between 4 and 7 drivers. You pay £200 each. Every single penny of it goes to the Alzheimer's Society, which, of course, was Dan Weldon's charity. And he donated, I believe, his money from the 2011 Indy 500 victory to the Alzheimer's Society, because back then, of course, his mother was fighting with Alzheimer's. So, all for a great cause. And I have to say, Holly and Austin, I mean, some of you know that I've got a pretty close relationship with a couple of guys over at Panther. But great people, Holly and Austin. And, I mean, it's one of those things where everyone is going to come up and say, so great you're doing this event, so great, you know, everyone missed that. But they have the time for everyone. It's really nice.
Well, can we get a Kickstarter project going so I can raise money to fly out there and be a part of that next year?
Of course you can.
I'm going to put you in charge of it since you're good with the internets.
The internet, yeah. The internets are awesome. So, yeah, and there's also plenty of other things going on. Of course, Dave, I'm not sure if you've heard, but this is the weekend where every single sim racing commentator going is trying to enter this Motors TV competition to become the new commentator for... This is how bad it is, and I've entered it already. I believe it's a British Porsche Cup championship thing.
Well, you got to start somewhere, right?
Well, yeah. And, of course, Motors TV over here, it's a little bit like Speed Channel. Especially the amount of population it covers, except you guys don't have Speed anymore because you've got something better. Oh, come on. Okay, you've got Fox Sports. No, you've got Fox Sports 1. And guess what? They're still showing the entirety of NASCAR practice, even if it's raining. All of you fucking, oh my god, Speed Racing is gone, fans. Shut up! Because Fox Sports 1...
I totally disagree with you, Will.
You know what?
We actually get bonus coverage tonight.
Yeah. And the thing is, come NASCAR season, it is going to be pretty much a NASCAR network again. Plus, they've got other motorsports. And, you know, yeah, they launched it in August because of the college football season and the NFL season. Go figure, you cunts. But Motors TV, very similar to what you have speed-wise. And they do quite a few things, cover a load of series. In fact, they actually have iRacing on there. So they'll do highlights from the NASCAR iRacing World Championship Series. And they had highlights on the Pro Racer Champions, which, of course, the amazing, incomparable Will Vincent commentated. They haven't done a road WCS one, though, which kind of pisses me off a little bit.
Well, maybe they'll get there eventually. Once they realize your greatness, they're going to want you all over that channel.
Yeah. But the commentary competition actually is kind of fun because you can either go to be a commentator or a presenter. Presenter one, they basically make you do a 30-second link, which is rather interesting because they give you exactly 30 seconds to know what you're going to say. Then you've got to say it. And then the commentary one is they've got like 6 predefined videos and you've got to commentate on that. Now, I can tell you that tomorrow and Sunday, when you've got the actual, open for public days, you're going to have all of the wannabe commentators sat there taking notes and realizing that it's just on a loop. And you can have any one of them. And they're all going to try and take notes so they know exactly how to commentate when it gets their turn. I have to say, it is a good competition, and I will happily support anything that gets anyone into motorsport. But it's like the X Factor meets fucking commentary, Dave.
Oh, that sounds like that could be very interesting, but I'm sure you'll be a shoo-in, Will.
Well, it goes. I think it's 5 people from the presenting, 5 people from the commentary, then go through to a public voting. So you're talking about those internets. It's going to be, vote for me, #win, #now, #I'm awesome, #I'll blow you if you vote for me.
Hashtag.
Yeah.
Are we done with the Will Vincent self-promotion hour?
Nah, okay. Well, the thing is, right, no, and this is on a serious point, is that, yeah, I believe that I'm moderately good at commentating, and I've had other people say the same thing, but just because you're good at something doesn't mean that you have to do it for your career. For example, I've always been a bit of a dab hand at web design. Doesn't mean that I'm a web designer. Chin, you do graphics. Does that make you and videos? Are you going to become a graphic engineer or a video engineer?
Actually, I was planning on video engineering.
Fuck!
Something like that.
Well, that worked out smashing.
I mean, you can't make an example like that and then not know what's going to happen with it.
Yeah,
you have to know beforehand. It's like court.
That's commentary 101, Will.
Yeah, I know.
Better
Just
brush
because
up.
your name is Mr. Attorney General doesn't mean you should be an Attorney General.
Yeah. And also, just because
That
I'm
was
really good
funny.
at masturbating doesn't mean I have to be a wanker. Boom.
At least professionally.
There we are. So shall we move on, Dave? I want to do all of the kind of like non-controversial shit first, which kind of went downhill as soon as we started it. Where should we start? No, no. We've got motor racing again. Dubai 24 Hours is on right now.
Yes, it is.
I have to say though, the guy who started this race, and I mean this in the nicest way, of outstanding racist. I think it took him about 30 seconds to say his name when they introduced him.
Oh well, do you want to have a go at it? You want to give it a shot?
No.
Samir Naha.
I mean, it could be worse.
Not
His name
gonna
could be
work here anymore.
Wilbert.
Wilbur.
Ooh. How about George Atatequango, the South American translator?
Yeah, I think we derailed that one in about 14.8 seconds. But yeah, we've got racing going on again. And of course, it's endurance racing. And really, endurance racing has got the focus for the next month or so, because we have what I'm guessing we're just calling it the Tudor Championship now. And the Rolex coming up soon.
Yep, the Tudor United Sports Cars Championship, whatever it's called. We'll just stick with the watch name. Got the 24 Hours coming up in 2 weeks. Looking forward to that. They're still kind of working out the balance of power between the LMP2 car and the DP. DP was almost 2 seconds clear of the next fastest LMP2 car during the roar before the 24 testing. So I'm sure that IMSA wants to look into evening that up a bit, because those LMP2 guys are going to be awful ticked off if they're getting lapped every hour because they're that much slower.
Do you think that is called the Tudor Championship because that represents a level of innovation that has gone on in American sports cars over the last 10 years? It is comparable to as if it's Tudors driving, in those cars, or building those cars, or innovating those cars, or anything you want to fucking say. Where's my coffee? Because I've said this before, Dave, and I'm sure you guys are all going to agree with me. At the end of the day, motorsports, you got to have a degree of innovation. And let's be honest, if the LMP people can't get it together, tough shit.
Yeah, but I think IMSA's a little guilty of overcompensating for the Daytona prototype, because it's kind of like
NASCAR!
It's the redheaded stepchild NASCAR version of a sports car. And it was woefully low on power. It was heavy. It didn't have, carbon brakes. It didn't have a double element rear wing. So they went and added all those things, and lo and behold, man, car actually got a lot faster. Plus, now it uses a lot more fuel because it's faster and has more drag. So I believe during testing, the Daytona prototype could go about 37, 38 minutes on fuel, and the LMP2 car could go almost 50 minutes on fuel. So that'd be a huge advantage. So they were talking about putting like a plastic volleyball-sized thing inside the fuel tank of the LMP2 car to kind of even up the fuel a bit. So still a lot of work to do. It's going to be pretty interesting how it sorts itself all out.
You know how I love strategy?
Yep.
That sounds fucking perfect to me. Yeah, the LMP cars are about 2 seconds a lap slower. But the Daytona prototypes have to pit 1.5 times as frequently, at least.
Yes.
Therefore, it's about fucking even!
But that makes sense. That's the
so-
problem.
Yeah, don't forget, you're dealing with NASCAR here where everything has to be equal, ceteris paribus, all things being equal. They try like hell, and it usually ruins things, but you know what? I'll give them a chance to see what they can do, but needless to say, I'm not too hopeful yet.
Aaron, am I just being an absolute dipshit here? That, you know, it's actually wouldn't be too bad if you had a car which is a little bit faster, has to pit more often, compared to a car which is a tiny bit slower, pits less often, and come the end of a 24-hour race, you've got a load of strategy options going on. Caution flags are going to come into play, safety cars, and also driver talent, and also coming out final stint, the guy, you know, who's in the DP might have to find a way saving 3 minutes of fuel. I think that's actually pretty fun.
And that's the problem. Fun. There is no fun. You got to make it as complicated and as equal as possible, and at the end of the day, have everybody angry. Your system just makes too much sense. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, we can't have a guy winning the 24-hour race by 2 laps anymore. We got to have like 6 cars on the same lap and throw a nicely timed caution with 20 minutes left to bunch them all up.
Yeah, whatever he is.
That's what happened last year.
Yeah, that, you see, and motor racing, no, seriously, right? Motor racing in this context is becoming nothing more than boxing when you come down to that. And, of course, boxing was humongous back in the late 90s, early 90s. And then promoters all over the place became crooked, retarded cunts. And, you know, who gives a fuck about boxing anymore? Because it's so corrupt.
Yeah, I wouldn't go as far as saying that auto racing is corrupt, but they're just fighting for this. Well, we got to make everything equal. We got to have every race has to end in a photo finish. No, that's not the way it works. Sometimes races are going to end with a guy leading by 2 laps or 0.2 of a second. I mean, you got to just let the natural flow progress.
Okay, you want to say that motorsports isn't corrupt? I want to take you back to 2011 Coke 600. There should have been a caution because Dale Earnhardt Jr. is leading. Oh, look at that. No caution.
And it still bit him in the ass and Kevin Harvick won.
Well, yeah. And that is what I like to call karma.
That's because Kevin Harvick is the closer.
Yeah, I was nice once, and I called you the iRacing version of Kevin Harvick, didn't I?
You did. That was very nice.
Oh.
That was when I won the 16th Street Michigan race.
Yeah, and we'll talk about 16th Street in. And I was actually going to talk a little bit about Auburn with John, but he decided to fuck off. But his bad, not mine. But there is something I want to talk to you guys about, and this is Code 60. I'm not sure. Dave, you know what Code 60 is, right?
Maybe.
Right. For those of you who don't follow sports car endurance racing as much as others do, Code 60 is like a safety car, except for the fact there is no safety car. You have a purple flag with the number 60 printed on it, which is purple in case you're dyslexic or retarded, or maybe can't see because you're driving above 60 kilometers an hour, and you all slow down to 60 kilometers an hour, and you drive around at 60 kilometers an hour. It's a bit like treble waved yellows back in the day in F1. You drive around at 60 kilometers an hour, and then once the incident's been cleared up, you go back to racing, which means that you don't have a safety car, and it changes the game quite a lot, because of course, behind a safety car, pitting can be more dangerous, but also pitting can be more beneficial, depending on where you are in the field. And also, you know, it bunches the field up, and then you're all close together when you go back to racing. Do you like the idea of not having safety cars and just telling everyone to slow the fuck down to the same speed, or not?
No. This sounds like Indy in the 50s and 60s when they used the warning light system, where if you saw a 2, then the next light you'd see a 2, and you'd have to match your car speed to the warning lights. And everybody's going to abuse it just a little bit. You can't do it. I worked a race where part of the track had some water, so we deemed that part of the track was going to be 20 miles an hour or less, and nobody listens. It doesn't work, and it's just leading to a potentially bad situation. Now, if you have GPS tracking and radars everywhere, it might work, but for the spectators, if you do want that boxing photo finish element, then that's not going to work, of course. But safety-wise, I don't know. People just they can't handle safety cars as is, so have the speed a little bit more, have no order out there, and oh boy.
Well,
Yeah,
I have to say
like-
very quickly that this isn't the first year they're doing Code 60. It's the second year now. But Code 60, they're trying to bring it into more forms of sport. And there has been a rumor that F1 would have it as well. You may now carry on, Dave.
I was just going to say, speed limits are meant to be broken. We know that pit road speed limit is purely in the interest of safety, and guys are going to push and push and push, because
Okay,
the faster you
Brad.
can go, more you can gain.
Personally, I think that a lot of series are going to more of the standard ECU across the board, and that could be really good for enforcing a Code 60, where it's just built in the ECU that once you reach that area, the car can only go 60, and the driver can't get around that,
But
and they just have to run 60.
okay, what happens if you're on a straightaway, for example, and then the Code 60 comes down? You and I both know that you physically can't go from 190 miles, 60 miles an hour immediately, unless you hit a wall. And
Right.
however, if you're going through 70 mile an hour corner, 70 miles an hour to 60 miles an hour, it takes 0.1 of a second to get to. So therefore, if you're on a straightaway, you're automatically gaining time on someone who's in a corner, surely.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So, and you are right. I mean, it is something that can be enforced. I mean, one thing that actually pisses me off in F1 is that you don't have safety cars really, unless it's raining. And that really fucks me off. Because, again, it's fun to watch racing, and no, sorry, it's too wet. We have to treat our Formula 1 races like 4-year-olds. You don't get out in the rain, but you never get safety cars in F1 because you'll put anything under double waved yellows.
Yeah, that is true. There's a lack of, God, there's been guys on the track cleaning up damage, and nope, no safety car.
Heck, it took someone impersonating an F1 car to bring a safety car out.
In Korea, that freaking Jeep.
Yeah.
Hey, just send them out on the track. They'll keep it green no matter what.
Yeah. I think he was actually pretending to be. When I grow up, I want to be an F1 safety car.
How that didn't become a greater meme, I'll never know.
I know. Oh, to be fair, I mean, back in the day, I think this was prior to Senna's accident, every single track had its own safety car. So, a bit like you have in NASCAR IndyCar, every track would have its own. You can imagine the Korean Grand Prix then. They'd get like a 3-door Kia that would do 30 miles an hour. Ding, 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 and it'll probably blow up halfway down the front stretch because it's too long. And the Russian Grand Prix would have been hilarious, especially in the Cold War era.
Oh my.
Yes. The Wil and Dave Show, Fridays 4 p.m. Eastern, live on GlacierTV. Elliot Lindemood has skipped a 24-hour race to listen to this. What the heck?
God bless you, Elliot.
Yeah. Okay. Well done. Thank you very much for doing that. Apparently you guys can't hear me, so I'm going to turn myself up a little bit because you can hear me, because it's all saying that you can hear me very nicely on the stream. So shut up and pay attention.
Now, well, we just went from 7 viewers to 6 because you yelled at them. So
Well, they're also the ones that are
how are we
complaining
gonna
about me
make-
being too quiet.
how
so,
are we gonna make the internet monies if we don't have any viewers?
I don't know. We'll strip Andrew King down to his underwear and make him dance like a Chinese boy.
How do we know he's not
Ooh.
already doing that?
I
And
have been
record
probably
it.
is.
suspiciously quiet lately, haven't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've kind of chopped him down a little bit because we can't let him play his clips because then we'll get banned in other places besides Germany.
Ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen,
The Jones.
start your engines.
Yeah. Of course, I was thinking about Indy a minute ago, actually. We have got to talk about the 16th Street League, Indianapolis 400, powered by iRaceForLife.org.
Controversy.
Yeah, I see. I'm going to be even more controversial here, Dave.
Text
my bum time.
I thought about this over the course of the last 6 days or so. If you're a trainer, would you have done anything differently?
Nope.
No.
Precisely. Shall we move on?
And do you know who else was complaining about it?
Me.
Pretty much everybody who wasn't actually racing against Trano.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You are fighting for an Indy 500 victory. I mean, I've watched many an Indy 500, and yes, there is a very fine line between defensive driving and blocking. However, a bit like the last 2 laps, last lap especially, with Daytona 500, the last 2-3 laps of Indy, if you don't block someone, you don't wreck someone, pretty much anything goes.
So you just let him by, did you? All right.
Well,
Didn't want that win, did you? All right.
As long as you don't already have a warning for blocking in the race, I mean, you might as well give it one shot because they got to give you a warning first, I guess,
that
right?
is a true
Which
story.
he had the warning.
He
had a warning, but
no, the warning was
within
within the last 10 laps. It was after that caution.
Yeah, it was
Correct.
literally one warning, and that was it.
So,
I mean, I have no problem with snaking down the front straightaway. Everybody does it. I've done it in, obviously not as big of an Indy race, but everybody does it. It's a good way to defend your position. I mean, I could see it both ways. He was racing Tim and might not have seen Nefri, or it could have just been one of those things where it's like, sometimes you don't even think you're blocking. You just make a move because you see something.
yeah, you see a gap. And, especially, for example, last 5 laps of a plate race, I see a gap, I'm going for that gap. Of course, by the time that I see that gap going for a gap, someone else might see that gap and go for that exact same gap, or someone ahead might decide, I'm going to move my things. We are talking about cars going, 235 miles an hour down into turn 1 at that track on that day?
Yep. Can I add to the controversy? If it was, unfortunately, and I know my own opinion is skewed, but what team and who he's associated with probably didn't help the negativity towards him, because I'll say that I'm not a big fan of people he associates with, and that skewed my opinion on it. Now that I've looked back at it a couple days later, I guarantee you I would have done the same thing. Tim Doyle would have done the same thing. At the time that it happened, it was a big blow up because, some people don't like certain people or whatever. But, it's a racing thing. I mean, they looked at it. They could have black flagged him, and they didn't because they deemed it wasn't. It's not like he put him in the fence.
And one thing, Will, another series that I work, sometimes we will have a blocking incident. We'll log it in the books, and when I finish the race, I'll wave checkered black, which means the finish is under protest. The chief steward will talk to the drivers involved, and if the driver behind says, no, that was just racing, no problem, there won't be a penalty. And in the interviews of the race, both Nefri and Tim had nothing but nice things to say about the race. So in that instance, I'm pretty sure if it would have been the series that I work, Chief Steward talks to him and say, hey, no, that was good hard racing.
Yeah, and again, that's all that fine line again. And, if someone were to complain about it, maybe more have been said, maybe more have been done about it. Because of the fact there was nothing said, I think, honestly, yeah. And there's no issue. Of course, what you then can't do, if you're Brandon Trano, is if you're in the opposite situation, let's say this time next year, and you complain about it, that's when it becomes wrong, in my opinion. Because you race
100%.
how you get raced.
But it's also situational too, because when we looked at, I went back and I downloaded the replay. I didn't see any of the broadcasts hardly, unfortunately. And then I heard about this and I downloaded the replay and looked at it. And there was that one blocking incident, which was clearly a blocking incident, and he got a warning for it, and that was fine. The rest of it, I honestly don't think he was blocking. He was kind of manipulating the draft, which doesn't really, nobody was actively making a passing move on him that I saw.
I think we could move. Oh, sorry, Chin, go ahead.
For those of us in the race, it wasn't that bad, really. I think it looked a lot worse in the broadcast than it actually was when we were racing.
Yeah.
I know I didn't quite see all of it fully because I was a little farther back trying to catch back up to that pack, but even still, I didn't
there's a
see
good
anything
topic.
that looked at nothing out of the ordinary, really.
There's a good topic. Why weren't you up front, Chin?
I got held up for 5th, and yeah, we got stuck there. Or 4th,
Were you
whatever
blocked?
it was.
Chin, how frustrating was it for you? You got 10 laps to go. You got a car capable of winning the race, and you're just stuck side by side with guys for a position that, frankly, no one could give a damn about. Because if you're not first, who cares?
Well, wait a minute,
I
because
was-
Chin's in the battle for the championship, so every position
What?
counts.
It's Indy,
Yeah.
Will. At the end of the
Especially
day,
with-
you want to win Indy.
I wanted to win, especially with Tim and Matt being right up there to take the points to them even more, but I wanted to spike my headset in the ground after that, and it took a lot to not just throw it in the ground and say, nope, I'm done with this.
Well, Indy, it always. By the way, we from Indy to Indy, Dave. It is the amazing, incomparable Jim McClaws partner Shelley's birthday today. So, happy birthday, Shelley!
Happy birthday, Shelley.
Of course, Shelley
Makes a damn fine chili, by
She
the way.
makes amazing chili. And she is like one of the nicest women in the entire universe. And of course, her and Jim have one of the cutest dogs. Lola is just amazing.
Absolutely. Just a wonderful family all around, great people. Man, they'll give you the shirt off their back.
Indeed.
Gross.
Oh, come on. We're saying nice things, and you're the one that had to go and devalue it. Come on, King. That's
Leave
my
shirt
job,
off
not
their backs.
yours.
Especially in the summer. Gross.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I'm sure Will Vincent wouldn't mind a lady's shirt off their back, because then that
Well-
would mean they're not wearing one.
yeah, true. I mean, I have to say though, in Autosport,
Indy.
at Autosport, there was how do I say this? Oh
Sexy
my
lady.
God, you're wearing more makeup than Avril Lavigne.
Oh, like they put it on with a trowel and
Yeah.
a mortarboard.
Why the hell you got to make things so fucking masked through makeup? Take it off and you probably look better.
Well, see, because they gotta make themselves look beautiful.
You're beautiful.
Oh,
Reminds
God,
me of the
don't.
episode of The Simpsons where Homer Simpson developed that makeup gun.
Oh my
Makeup rifle.
Oh,
god.
sorry, I had it set to whore.
The auto hammer.
Right, let's move on. Because the 2014 F1 entry list has been announced. So far.
And there's still like 3 blank spots on it.
Yeah. Right. Sebastian Vettel. Of course, yes. I chose number 7. It is okay. I know what I'm doing.
Here I am with Kimi Räikkönen. Kimi, hi. What can you tell me about the new car?
I don't know.
Well, is it faster than the old car?
I don't know.
Does it handle better than the old car?
I still don't know.
Does it have a better electronics package than the old car?
Just leave me alone. I know what I'm doing.
There we are. So Sebastian Vettel, of course, drives the number 1 car because he is the champion. However, when he's not going to be the Formula 1 world champion, he will drive in the number 5 machine. Now, Daniel Ricciardo, his teammate, is driving the number 3 car, which I think is rather weird. Why
Dale.
he choose a 3 car? Nico in the 6 car, Kimi Räikkönen in the 7, Roman Grosjean in the 8, Sergio Perez in 11 car, Pastor Maldonado. I mean, if he's not got enough bad luck already, he'll choose the 13 car.
No, well, why they should have just let Pastor Maldonado use dollar signs
They might as
for
well.
his number.
And then you've got Fernando Alonso. I'll come back to that in a minute. He's driving the 14 car. Jules Bianchi, the 17. Felipe Massa, 19. Kevin Magnussen, the 20 car. Esteban Gutierrez, 21. Jensen Button, 22. Jean-Luc Verne, 25. Daniel Kvyat in the 26.
Here we go.
Nico Hulkenberg has the 27 car. 44 for Hamilton. Valtteri Bottas, 77. And Adrian Sutil, the number 99. Now, of course, the most hotly contested one of these, Dave, was the number 14 car. But you've also got the number 27 car, which won't be at Ferrari, which is kind of surprising for me.
Yeah, I was really surprised that a Ferrari driver did not pick the 27, which for years was associated with Ferrari. So it's gonna be weird to see the 27 on a Force India Mercedes.
Although, how many people said that Hulkenberg will probably end up one day at Ferrari?
Wow, this is a good point. So maybe he's planning ahead.
Yeah, that's what you call long-term planning. In 5 years, I might drive a Ferrari. Let's get that car number in there now.
There you go.
Yeah, no kidding.
It might work out.
So the thing for me is that I say that number 14 car, Fernando Alonso, and I think Vettel were fighting with it. There was also a third person. The way it works is that Vettel gets first choice because he's a wanker. Then Fernando Alonso would have had second choice, and whoever else was interested would have to go after Fernando, because Fernando is faster than you. But a couple of interesting choices there as well. Number 7 car for Kimi Räikkönen. Obviously, he forgot there was... I think maybe he was trying to, like, correct the 27, then got drunk with some vodka.
Maybe he was... oh, shit, I forgot the name of the whiskey that has a 7 in it, but that's probably what he was drinking. He's like, oh, this will...
Jack Daniels, number 7.
Yeah, Seagram's 7, that'll work. Yeah, or Jack
Wait, isn't
Daniels,
that rum?
too. What, Seagram's?
Yeah.
No,
I
it's
don't remember
whiskey.
what it is.
Seagram's 7's whiskey. And yeah,
It's
he could have
alcohol.
done,
It's all alcohol. What's the difference?
yeah, he's probably drinking whiskey, and he's like, well, both these bottles have a 7 on it. This will work.
Yeah. And...
Yes, Seagram 7 is a blended American whiskey.
The
Woohoo!
more you know.
The more you know.
Doo-doo-doo.
Well, do you even know what the more you know reference is?
Nope.
No, it's in
Yeah,
NB
he probably doesn't.
Yeah.
Wasn't it on NBC on like Saturday morning cartoons?
Yeah, they were like the how would you
PSAs.
refer? Yes, the PSAs.
Public
They give
service
you
announcement.
They give you a nice little life lesson, then stars and rainbows. Be like, the more you know. NBC.
So like G.I. Joe. Where they had and knowing is half the battle.
Yes, knowing is half the battle.
Well, actually, talking about that, I saw a load of PSAs from the BBC the other day, and there's one which is called "Tell Your Mummy Where You're Going." Before you go out, and it's this whole idea that 2 random people say, hi, would like to come to a picnic with me, and he goes and asks his mum, and the mum says yes. He's still not going to go out on a picnic with a random fucking load of people. That's like...
Well, this day and age, you never know. You got people, talking to people on the internet, like, hey, I'll meet you at, at Starbucks or whatever. You have no idea who they are, and you just go there and meet them.
You guys have clearly never ever seen Cat in the Hat.
No, but also there's that one that said, don't take candy from strangers. Does that mean that you can still take candy from the paedophile who lives down the street who knows you by name?
What if he owns a candy store?
Oh. There should be a rule on the iRacing forum that you can't make a forum post before telling your parents what you're doing.
Ho ho ho! Well, that's not fair, because I'm never going to be able to write a post ever again.
Yeah.
Well, once you reach a certain age, you should be, not have to follow that. But there's some guys here that could definitely go by that rule and probably save us a lot of trouble.
Yeah,
and
but there's
hassle.
some people here who's older than me, but act like a 1-year-old. I mean,
This is true.
The only difference is I don't have to clean up when they shit themselves every 30 minutes.
Wait, so you mean age might not make a difference?
No!
What?
Whoa!
You're blowing my
novel.
mind.
I know!
That is novel.
I know.
You're
it's
changing
crazy-
everything I've ever known.
It's this whole idea that you're going to become, 20-something, and all of a sudden you become mature. Yeah, right.
Because there was a day when I turned from 20 to 21, and all of a sudden I was more responsible and I could drink alcohol.
Yeah, you're allowed to drink alcohol, and therefore you became less responsible because you were drunk the entire time.
Whoops.
Ain't that the truth?
Well, although you were more responsible because you could actually then buy your own alcohol, and it then became you didn't have to, go and drink out the back of a mall in a fucking paper bag or whatever you do in America.
But then I'm
Pour
less
yourself like I
responsible.
did.
But then you're less responsible because then you can buy alcohol for your underage friends and all drink together.
Come on, we know we can't talk about underage friends. I might get protested.
No. It's different in America. You're still an adult, but you can't drink yet. I'm not
Okay.
saying under 18.
Okay. By the way, talk to us on YouTube if you want to talk to us on YouTube or on Twitter or on Facebook.com/Wil and Dave. I might just change that to the Wil and Dave show. I'm going to be honest.
That's fine.
Yeah.
We got to streamline everything. Have some continuity.
Yeah, I know. It's I can't believe though, Dave. This is almost 3 months we've done this now.
I know. I mean, we're coming up on the 3-month anniversary next week when we do episode number 12.
And also, for the majority of this time, we've had no motorsports to talk about. We're probably going to go quit this once the motor racing season starts again.
Yeah, I don't. You know what? It's just sound clips and Andrea Stratman coming on and making fun of Goke. That's what carries us.
Unbelievable what it's going on iRacing with IndyCar.
Will, we invited Mr. Aaron Likens, one of 4 iRacers to ever win a fixed IndyCar Series championship, to the show, and we haven't even interviewed him yet. Maybe we should do that.
Hey, Aaron. Well, the thing is, I talk to Aaron every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern for the 16 Sheet Racing League, powered by iRaceForLife.org and International Light Technologies. Hey, Aaron, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, doing good.
Now, yeah, you have won an IndyCar Fixed Championship. Of course, I talk shit about that series all the time because of the fact that I hate it. But I hate it for good reason, because I have a very unique driving style and I therefore can't deal with the fixed setups. But, I mean, the racing can be pretty damn awesome in the fixed series if you get the right group of people. Yeah, in fact, you had a really good race today with John Goke.
Really good. That series is good. When you get people, and I've learned, when I started on iRacing, I was one of those drivers that would, and even maybe a year and a half ago, I would fight for every position, first, second, fifth, 10th. I'd run you to the yellow line. And now I've just, the race today at Iowa, not one defensive line. Really, at Iowa, with the fixed setup, it doesn't matter, because if you run low, they can pass you high. If you run high, you get passed low. But Goke and I, we must have passed each other 30 or 40 times in the 65 laps. And that's the thing. There are some drivers out there that are going to run you to the wall. They're going to bang wheels every turn. And that just ruins the series. Every lap is under yellow, and you can make it where it is impossible to pass. And just what's the fun in that? Today's race was spectacular.
It really was, and I've seen a little bit of that race actually. And let's be honest as well. I mean, you've got one of the higher I ratings of the people in the fixed series, so you've got quite a lot to lose if things go wrong for you as well.
Yeah, it's almost at times rating suicide. It's either win or lose a ton, and I love pressure, so that really adds to that. But I think there's a lot of drivers in that series that could have 5,000 I ratings if they would just learn to, to finish first you must finish. It seems everybody wants to win on lap 10, and really just cruise, have a good time, have fun, get to the end game. Don't kill each other on lap 5. And there's some drivers in that series, when I see that they're in there, you just go, oh boy, I just hope they it's bad to say, I hope they're out of the race before they can
before they get
issues.
to you.
Yes, exactly. I hate saying that, but there's some drivers out there like that, and you just hold your breath, which sort of adds to the fun of trying to get a higher rating when you got those almost as
wild cards.
Darts without feathers, as Tony Stewart once said about a driver.
Yeah, the IndyCar Fixed Series could be a lot of fun, but at the same time, it could be super frustrating. The strength of field races, as I'm sure you know, Aaron, can be a crapshoot, because sometimes you get real good races. Like 2 seasons ago, me, Nefri, and Matt Cook, we had a 3-wide battle for the last 2 laps of the race to decide it. It was great. We never touched wheels. We never ran each other over the track. It was good, hard racing for the win. And then you get some races where you're coming off turn 4, and the guy who's in second place says, well, I didn't win, so I'm going to make sure you don't win, and hook you in the right rear tire and spin you into the fence. But I would say more often than not, you race against enough people in the series that you can develop, some respectability between yourself and others, and not necessarily friendships, but you understand where guys are coming from, and you know who you can race clean and who you gotta give some extra space to.
One of the this is my first real week comb in forever, but so I've been doing a lot of racing, and one of the biggest signs of respect I've seen, drivers that I know that are super aggressive and will block and chop block. I don't do that, and when they take the lead and they race you the way, or they race me the way I race them, and at the end thank me for having such an amazing battle, that's really where it's at. That's what iRacing is about, and maybe if more people start racing that way, we'll have races that aren't the bonus points don't go to the pace car for leading the most laps.
Now,
amen to that.
You also have the sympathy vote for me because you have to deal with me every Sunday on 16th Street. And I would say this season has been phenomenal.
The racing this season in the 16th Street League has been amazing. The first 5 laps of the Indy Road Course race was amazing. The ending to last week's 400, amazing. We really haven't had a bad race where we had to just come up with things to talk about, whether there were birds flying in the sky or, oh, those clouds look good. We really haven't had to do that this season.
Yeah, and I think that I said a couple of races already. You know, we had 6 people from 6 different teams in the top 6. We had so many different teams represented well at Indy, and it seems to be every single race you have the same crowd up front, but you also get 1 or 2. And Anthony Kernish is coming to my head when I think about this, who, you know, once or twice a season really get into the mix and is that surprise driver.
And that really, for watching it, really adds to the element. Who's going to be that driver today? Who's going to have that top 5 that nobody's expecting, or, you know, you might expect it out of them, but who's really going to hit it out of the park on any given Sunday night? That really, you're right, that really adds to the element. You have the top 3 or 4 that are usually going to be in the top 5, but, you know, there's always that opening that, well, somebody can steal a win or sneak up there. And that just shows the depth of the fields and the strength of these races that we're seeing.
And I'm going to put you on the spot here. 3 people who's in the running for the championship right now. Tim Holgate, Matt Cook, and Josh Chin. A lot of racing to go. How do you think it's going to finish between the 3 of them, and why?
It's going to be hard. There are drop weeks, so you really got to look at that. Chen had trouble at Phoenix, got caught up in the big one. So losing that's going to hurt. And it's really going to come down to that. It's going to come down to who's going to have the right drops, who's not going to have to, you know, waste a drop early due to bad luck. It's all about luck. So Josh is a little bit behind, but if he can keep showing on the road courses, that's going to offset. So really, I think it's Holgate and Cook. They're good right now, but if any bit of bad luck happens, Josh is going to be right there, and it's going to come down to the last 3 laps. Other than that, I'm not going to name a name. I'm not going to be put on the spot. I've learned my lesson.
Auto Club?
Last 3 laps of Auto Club. It's going to come down to that.
And, of course, that is really the big curveball, because no one's really driven competitively at Auto Club. The way the season's likely to play out, I doubt we're going to see Auto Club until the end of Season 2. In the official series. If iRacing play it right, we're going to have a fascinating end to the season, because the first time we're going to see a competitive race at Auto Club is going to be in 16th Street.
And how awesome is that? The teams, the testing, and having such little time, the big teams really like focusing a lot on the official stuff, so they're going to have to sort of be split in 2 directions because they have notes of all the tracks that we go to. This is really going to open the door. Maybe a privateer is going to find something that works there. I really don't know what to say. It's going to be one of the more interesting mixes. The timing's going to be perfect for this.
If you want my honest opinion, I think that the teams, I always say that Season 1 is that momentum season for Indy. Now, 16th Street kind of makes that a little bit different, because people will put their attention on 16th Street before the official series. We've seen that time and time again. But we are probably approaching, hopefully, one of the last seasons in the Dallara crap wagon. That is the ILL/03/05/09. So there is a possibility that we might see the DW12 before the summer, which means that this is the last chance to make a statement. And whoever wins the 16th Street season will go down in history as being arguably one of the last big winners in the crap wagon.
And, well, if you name it like that, with that terminology, don't know if I'd put that on the resume, but for the last winner, to be the last big winner in the Dallara 03, what have you, that's going to be a big thing. And as big as that is, next season with the new car, everything we know, if we get it, everything we know, toss it out the window, which is going to make it, I got a big grin on my face thinking about how great it's going to be once, whenever, hopefully soon, hopefully in time for next season. That will be awesome. But for this season, that adds just a little bit more to be the last winner in this car.
Well, Aaron, of course you are going to stick around. I think Aaron deserves a round of applause for that one, but I can't do a round of applause because of the fact that I can't clap with my... Wait. Let's try this.
Andrew King's got it.
There we are.
Got you covered, bro.
There we are. Cheers, Andy.
Yeah, bruh.
Brah.
Bro. Now,
Broseph.
Broseph. You are, yeah.
Broseph.
Now, of course, as far as IndyCar racing goes, it is the 10th of January. I'm going to go to IndyCar.com, and I don't see a title sponsor.
Yeah,
There's been a whole conversation about this.
But not on the Wil and Dave show.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Where is it?
Where's what?
Where's the title sponsor?
Aren't you the title sponsor?
What, the Wil and Dave show presents the IndyCar series powered by Firestone?
That could be entertaining.
I love it. How do we make this
Genius.
Yeah. Well, to be fair,
How do we make this happen?
let's see how cheap it is, you know. Hi, how are you doing, IndyCar? We'll give you $20 to become the title sponsor of IndyCar.
You know what we ought to do? You ought to bring a Wil and Dave show sticker with you and see if you can get some driver to throw it on their car.
Yes.
I'll take that.
Yes.
Like on a wing end plate or something.
It will
Now
happen.
put on fire suits
Yes.
on people's asses.
That'll be people's asses.
On the pit crew.
Well, print me up a bunch of decals, and I'll take some with me to Mid-Ohio in August. I'll see if I can get somebody to throw one on their car.
Challenge
Seriously.
accepted.
Seriously, find the guys who are changing the tires and have them put the stickers on their butts.
Hey! Well, we need that Paul Hollywood
crazy
guy
enough it might
from ESPN who's the over-the-wall reporter. And talking about that, Alan Bestwick, Dave.
Oh, God, Will, you're going to scare some people off. I know you're a big commentary guy, but we start talking about, you know, the pros and cons of Alan Bestwick. I don't even think we're going to listen to the show.
I'm going to get this very, very quick.
30 seconds,
I like
go.
what ESPN's done because, yes, Alan's not a pure IndyCar guy, but he's a safe pair of hands.
Agreed.
Moving
He's
on.
not a moron.
He's not a moron. He will actually call the white flag when the white flag happens. And the checkered flag when the checkered flag happens.
And he actually knows drivers' names and the people he works with's names.
Whoa.
I know you. I know you.
Actually, talking about people not knowing where they are, anyone see in ESPN's Sunday Football Countdown the guy who fell asleep halfway through the
Mike
studio
Ditka
show?
fell asleep during the show.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, I know
Oh,
ESPN's boring at the best of times, but still.
Give the guy a break. He's probably had a bunch of concussions in his life. He got a little drowsy. It happens.
And
Well,
Polish sausage.
Who hasn't ever fallen asleep at work?
Is anyone, you have Staples over there. Do you have the, that was easy button at Staples?
We used to, but they did away with it because apparently it wasn't that easy.
Oh. Well, I think there should be an ESPN version where if someone falls asleep, we just hit it and we just go, ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum.
Well, that was Ditka.
That was Ditka.
Wow.
Did you see the news story about how ESPN's brass was getting sick of hearing all the ESPN people saying that things sucked, so they weren't allowed to say sucked on the air anymore?
Oh, this is a bit like WWE when they can't call wrestlers anymore. They've got to be called superstars.
Wrestlers.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means to play us out. What does that mean?
Wow.
The fucking thing sucks.
Fucking thing sucks.
Of course, Dave, we all spent Monday evening with an incredibly drunk Jonathan Goke.
Jonathan Goke drank, I believe, in his words, over half a bottle of Everclear during the national championship game.
A
Yeah.
heroic dosage.
And,
He was blasted.
I mean, I was able to drink a bottle of Everclear in a week. Just.
He drank himself unracist.
Yeah.
Well, I think the opposite
was
effect
great.
happened.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, that was rather interesting to hear, wasn't it? That the John Goat commentary.
It basically everything was just like.
I tell you what,
Don't do that! You bleepity bleep 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 bleep.
if you
Son
were
of a
to
bleep.
actually take his screams out and put it to a double kick bass with some random guitarists. I think you have a new band.
The Jonathan Goke Scream Band.
Yeah, it'll be epic.
Well, you know how to edit. Make it happen.
There we are.
Challenge accepted.
The Goke escape plan.
Of course, this weekend, I have got to do pretty much exactly the same thing, and
Tonight is gonna be legend. Wait
for
sure
it.
it's a good idea to go to a strip club? Shut up, Lily. I'm in charge now. Dairy. It's gonna be legend. Wait for it. And I hope you're not lactose intolerant because the second half of that word is dairy. I came in like a
that's all we're allowed to play.
That's all we could play.
Wait, I can do this.
I came in like a rainbow.
There we are.
The Will and Dave Show, pushing the bounds of fair use copyright.
Woohoo! What do you have in the US? Because in the UK, I think it's 7 seconds before you have to pay royalties.
We have the general base of 5 seconds.
I think that was just about 5 seconds.
Now, I don't know how they exactly work with that, because it's kind of a case-by-case thing.
Let's see. If YouTube blocks this video, we're fucked. But if not, we're fine. That's how it's going to work. But yeah, Dave.
Okay, we're probably fine.
This Saturday, it's all about the game that we never thought was actually going to take place this season, because it's the first time in God knows how long the Colts haven't played the Patriots, and oh, look at that, the Colts are playing the Patriots.
And how's it going to turn out? Better wear your jersey the whole time.
No. I'll tell you what, everyone's saying this all comes down to how well Andrew Luck plays. I disagree. This game is going to come down to how well Tom Brady is going to play, because he's had an up and down season.
For God's sakes, the freaking Patriots almost lost to the lowly-ass Cleveland Browns shitbox of a team. So, I mean, God, the Colts could blow them out.
Can I just throw down the pipe bomb and say that the Patriots shouldn't be in the playoffs right now?
Yes!
Yes!
Like, they have been so lucky this year. I can't even begin to think just how lucky.
Lucky / bribe the refs / Tom Brady and his Uggs need to be in the playoffs.
The Patriots are really the NFL's version of Ferrari or Dale Earnhardt or Penske, where, you know, they'll never get penalized unless it's so blatant that they have to.
Yeah. But, you know, I mean, they did blatantly cheat with the, you know, video gate and everything, and they were penalized. I guess you kind of had to at some point, right? When it's that obvious.
But they were sorry, right?
Another aspect of the game, looking at an inch of rain in Foxborough, Massachusetts tomorrow night.
What? Rain?
An inch of rain? Are you serious? An inch?
An inch of rain. Half inch tomorrow morning, half inch tomorrow afternoon, and potentially for an inch tomorrow night.
Where is that Fox sideline? Oh, no, it's a CBS game.
And then if they're lucky,
it's actually going to be good then.
Yeah, I can't remember what her name was. The random blonde chick they sent out of a ruler to talk about how much snow there was.
That was a Fox game.
God.
Yeah. That was a Lions and Eagles game.
Yeah, there's 7
That
inches of
was
snow. I've
fantastic.
never been able to handle this much before. Okay.
Oh. I've never been able to handle 7 inches before.
Better terms.
Yeah. They blatantly did that deliberately.
Hey, Aaron, we got to convert the inches of rain into centimeters. Maybe we'll understand better.
It's 1.6 inches to 1.6 centimeters to an inch.
Look at this guy. Just like Canadian football, they have bigger balls.
Oh, and one other thing, the kick. If it does come down to a kicking game, they're looking at 30-mile-an-hour sustained winds with 40 to 50-mile-an-hour gusts.
Can you imagine? You're going to be able to kick it from your own ends. I tell you what. Can you imagine if a punt? Okay, can I ask a serious question? What happens if a punt return goes over the through the uprights?
It doesn't matter. It's a touchback.
Yeah.
Now, if they drop the ball onto the ground, then kick it, wouldn't that then be a field goal?
It would be a drop kick field goal, which there's been I think 2 of those in the past 40 years.
This might be the time to brush up on it.
Adam Vinatieri, and I can't say his name, is going to become a god this weekend.
Vinatieri?
Yes.
Isn't he already a god?
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, he's a
he's
pretty
the
good
best
kicker
player in the
as it
Colts
is.
by far. He actually just does what he's there to do. Unlike Trent.
Laces out.
Yeah.
Boy, that trade worked out real good for the Browns, getting rid of Richardson.
Yeah.
Oh, Paul Jenkins has got to be pissed somewhere. We're talking about football. And there he is!
He comes on just as I'm about to end the show.
He heard us.
Start the porn music.
Oh, it's over already?
Well, this has been episode 11, standard time, of the Wil and Dave Show on GlacierTV. Don't forget, we are available on iTunes every single Sunday. If you've listened to this and you liked it, guess what? You can listen again on Sunday. Woohoo!
Go fuck yourself.
We are also available on the ETV Motorsports Radio Network every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern, which, if you listen to this and you've enjoyed it, you can listen to it again. Woohoo! You see where I'm going here, Dave, don't you?
Your music is so loud I can't even hear you.
Oh, do you want me to turn it down?
I heard it.
There we are.
There it is.
And so don't forget, we are also on Twitter. Follow us at Wil and Dave Show. Facebook.com/Wil and Dave. I might change it, so do it now. Like it. Like it! Also, Twitter, you can use the hashtag Wil and Dave. Dave, are you ready for what I'm going to call overtime?
Overtime. Of all my podcasts, this one was the most recent.
Until?
Right now.
Do it!
Do it live. Fuck it.
Arca breaks!
It's the Wil and Dave Show Overland.
Alright, let's set up a race and do fucking Arca breaks again.
Yes. We need a live broadcast. We need a live broadcast of race right now.
I'm not doing another race with you guys after what happened last time.
What happened
Dude,
last
that's
time?
so much fun.
I've never been so afraid of getting protested in my life.
What, in a hosted race?
No, official.
Well, we'll do a hosted race. Yeah, the Mazdas at Charlotte. God, that was a atrocity.
That was terrible.
Well, I was kind of drunk.
You guys rated an official race? That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot we used to do that. I mean, we made the first Lotus 49 race go official for the whole season.
Yep.
We were badass.
That was awesome.
We were racing the 49 before it was cool.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Okay, can we let this music finish now?
Yeah, let it fade out.
Better you play Mario Kart.
Yeah, at Autosport, you could buy you could buy the shell of a 1960s F1 car, which had been renovated into a sim racing cockpit.
Oh, very nice.
The only issue with it is that it was designed to run on R-Factor 2.
Oh my god.
And it was a penny before.
Yeah. I mean, it's all great, and it was like, yeah, R-Factor 2. And also, in fact, I've still got I think I still have that leaflet in my pocket somewhere.
A leaflet.
I'm not quite sure if I've binned it or something. Dave, just talk for a minute.
I have an interesting stat from the Grand Prix Legends. In Division 3, I am still in 5th place with 87 points from my one race at Phillip Island from earlier this season. So, I might get a certificate for that, won't I? Or is it only top 3?
Hey, where am I at?
I think it's 3.
Paul
Yeah,
Jenkins,
it's 3.
you're 7th. Will Vincent is
Rock on.
9th.
From that one race.
We run one more race. We got to now. Sandeep is 4th with 246 points. We're not making that up.
No.
Well, let's get a sweet strength of field going.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, I can't find it, but it's called like something play to race or race to play or something. And it's this whole idea that you get, 10 people in one room all racing at the same time on R-Factor. One.
Yeah, well, hey,
And they'll charge, they're charging people £5 to do a 3-lap race around a make-believe track in the the Sauber F1 car for R-Factor.
I was going to say that's about as many people as you get in the Sim Failway Indy 500.
Well, yeah. And
Hello.
That is their 500.
The issue with it is that I talked to the guy and, he's like, oh, yeah, best thing ever. And it's like, well, actually, no, because that £5 I'm just going to spend is a month's worth of subscription to iRacing. It's like, yeah, but I bet you can't play with people online. That's all you can do on iRacing.
Play that buzzer again.
It gets better, kids. It gets better.
The price is wrong.
Then they say, So you don't, do you get to use wheels and pedals with that, or what do you use? It's like, all you can use is a wheel and actually, okay, now you can use a mouse or a touchpad, but originally all you could use is a fucking wheel and pedals.
Fucking thing sucks.
Can I use my space bar as a gas pedal and the left and right arrows to steer?
Are they pressure sensitive?
The mouse.
Yeah, I mean, okay, wait. I think that I might have been able to find the website. No, that was not it.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Yup.
Somebody's got to help me figure out how to set up the sound clips on my TeamSpeak, because I'm missing out on the fun.
Yeah.
Also, I can use this.
Guys. Mike. You know what next week is?
Brandon.
You know what next week is, right?
What?
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding?
Playoffs.
Playoffs?
This week's playoffs. What are you talking about?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I meant. This week. Yeah, right. Wait.
Oh my God.
Wait a minute. Paul Jenkins, are you trying to talk about football now?
No, I'm failing at talking about football.
Yeah, I think what the fuck have you done?
Who, me?
Yeah, you. What's wrong with you?
I got hit so hard by Dave Judson during the Indy 400, my brain is still scrambled.
I'm sorry that Brandon Torino tried to jump the start and then everyone stacked up behind him because no one went. That's
No, actually, the problem wasn't that Torino ran in front into you. It's that everybody stopped in front of me.
Well, that's the thing. Single file restarts. We got some of the best IndyCar drivers in sim racing, and we can't make a single file restart work. Really?
Hey guys, let's pack up.
Yeah, pack it up, man. Pack it up. It's NASCAR.
Pack it up and then no one go.
Guys.
Yes.
I found it.
Yes. Wilbert.
It's called Racing Aces Performance Zone. Don't just get in the race. Go to racingaces.co.uk. And wait, there's more. It's available for hire as an added value activity for your event or as a revenue generating opportunity. For corporate events and hospitality, social and public occasions, exhibitions and conferences, interactive team building. And it says...
This might be some new form of Russian propaganda.
Wait. It's a unique, state-of-the-art mobile rig featuring individual simulators fully networked together, incorporating latest car and circuit software. Hey, guess what? GP Sim Room in America has been doing it for years, and they run iRacing, and it's fucking amazing.
So it's basically a net party.
Essentially, yeah. It's like they're using R-Factor, but rather than actually buying a real server, they'll buy 10 of them and think that because you sit in the same room, you're going to be nicer to each. Could you imagine if we had everyone running the Indy 500 together?
Someone would
in
have
the
been
same
shot.
room.
Yeah.
Also, are they legal in the way they're using R-Factor for that?
I'm not quite sure.
I'm kind of curious on that now. I think that's a legal gray area. Of course, John's not here.
Go fuck yourself.
Well, yeah. I mean, you had 33 people, and we did consider doing this back in 2011/12 for the Indy 500. But you're right. Someone blocks someone, they'll just lean over to come down straight away, pull the trigger, boom. Oh, someone's out of the race. They must have been shot. I tell you what,
Maybe
that would
have
have
down on the dirty driving.
Yeah, that would have made the last 10 laps of the Indy 500 a lot more interesting.
Don't you block me, motherfucker.
Hey, you can just get up and like fist fight somebody. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Get off my gearbox.
My God.
Somebody just nailed BT with a baseball bat between the legs.
Wait, you mean there's something between the legs?
Oh!
Hey!
Well, I tell you what, a clit has got to be hit once in a while.
No!
Have I just crossed that line?
And we're off the rails.
Well, you can cross the line if you can find it.
Hello.
We left those rails a long time ago.
Well, Vincent, where's the hosted race we're supposedly doing?
Yeah.
I don't know. What are we going to do?
Skippy. Star Mazda.
We'll do Star Master, because the Skippy doesn't go that fast.
Star Mazda.
Pick something exciting.
Rough.
The
Oh,
rough, the rough
Get a
is
rough.
on fire. We don't
Rough at
need no
Indy.
one to
Oh,
let the
rough.
Indy Oval.
Rough
motherfucker
and
burn.
Indy.
Burn,
Rough in the oval.
motherfucker. Burn, motherfucker.
Rough
Well,
in the
Vincent,
oval.
rough on the Indy Oval.
Can we not just do it at a fun track?
What's Lime Rock?
Yeah, I'm kind of tired of Indy. I don't know
Yeah.
about anyone else.
Can we do the
Rough
rough
at Lime Rock.
No, we'll do it on an oval. It's got to be rough at Michigan.
Yeah, okay.
Ooh. Good
I was going
choice.
to say Auto Club, but that works too.
And do
I
a
don't
fixed
have Auto
setup.
Club.
Do
No,
fixed set.
No.
No.
We have to find the speed.
Oh, we gotta find it.
The need for speed.
All right,
Oh,
well,
by the way, that is going to be my next
Fucking
stream.
thing sucks.
That
Fine,
is
do
gonna be
open
my-
setup.
No, that's going to be my next stream, by the way.
What?
what
Mario.
fucking thing sucks?
I'm going to do Mario.
Mario. Not Mario. Mario.
Wow.
Your Sonic playing was still the best though.
Was it? Was it really?
I thought it was quite
I don't know how
entertaining. I
much
watched it for a while.
that says.
Wait, are we talking about Sonic 1 or Sonic 2 though?
Sonic 2 was pretty good.
Yeah, Sonic 1 is alright, but then I kind of fucked up, and I had to cheat to get back into the game.
Are you using a ROM for it?
Well, Vincent cheating?
No, what I do is I get my
Wow.
Sega Genesis out and I'm playing it on my. Yeah, of course I'm using a ROM.
I have a Sega Genesis, and I have Sonic the Hedgehog.
Do you have a capture card?
Have what?
Capture card?
No.
Nope. You see,
I
there
do.
you are. Yeah, you see, Chin can play it.
I don't have a Sega, so.
Oh. So between us. Okay.
I'll just mail it to you.
We have the
Here's-
components, we just don't have them together. They're on other sides of the country.
So what
Send me
happens is that we'll go to Florida because it's central. I'll go to Florida. We all go into Chin's dorm. You bring the Genesis, Andy. Chin
And
brings
Altered
his
Beast.
capture card, and none of us are getting laid.
I'm
I'm
married,
married
so
already, so.
Well, just because you're married doesn't mean that you're guaranteed to get laid.
Definitely not getting laid.
Yeah, exactly. That was the point, Paul. Paul
Especially if you have
Paul
kids.
understood.
especially if you have
Yeah.
kids too, right?
Well,
12 years, man.
Aw,
I definitely got this figured out.
It's been 1 week since you left to me. Okay, so Rough at Michigan, Rough. 30 minutes, 10 minutes qualifying, 25-minute race.
You're doing
Oh, hey,
the
by
track
the way,
version, right?
Will.
Yeah?
I just saw the broadcast, by the way. Hey, thanks a lot for talking about how my luck sucks right before I get blown up.
You're welcome.
that was hilarious. Just hasn't been able to get it together for this. Oh, he's out. Never mind.
Well,
Nope.
Paul, that's just another chapter for your book.
That's right, baby.
by the way, I'm at...
You know, I feel a lot like Michael Andretti here at Indy. It's good
on.
everywhere else. Go to Indy. And blow
Guys,
up.
guys! We're not the ones writing the books that we want to know about. Matt Lambertson's book is going to be amazing.
With or without pills.
Ooh.
That's
the title, right?
Yep.
Is that...
Copyright.
with or without pills.com. Oh, by the way, Bacon Friday. Have any of you people used the phrase Bacon Friday before?
You mean
Every day's
Friday?
a bacon day here.
You see, yeah. In our office, bacon. Basically, Friday is Bacon Friday because on the way to work, I go and buy bacon sandwiches for the entire office. And there's a website called isitbaconfriday.com. The most useful site in the world. If you ever forget what day it is, go to isitbaconfriday.com. Because if it's not Friday,
Very bad feeling about this.
you know it's not Friday.
Was that
What in
Chewbacca
the
or a
world?
fart?
Will somebody get this big walking carpet out of my way?
Hey, we haven't had stroke clip lately.
Dry clip!
Well, a very, very heavy rotation tonight. We had a very Darrison bite. Let's go hit Terrace Chase and let's go to the head of the pit.
You're gonna get real hot real fast, Dave.
I love that stroke clip!
Whoa. The echo made it over 5 seconds with fun.
It's
Wow.
alright. It's a remix.
It's a remix.
Remix. By the way, Will Vincent plays Signosis Formula 1 1995. It's actually got more views than the Wil and Dave show's had. Maybe we should just do this every week.
Well, you've had it up there for a couple days.
It's been up
That's
there
not
for less
fair.
than 24 hours.
This has only been on for an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the
give it
One and
some
Day
time.
shows every week, and this has got more views in one day than the One and Day show had last week.
Our viewers are dedicated.
But don't forget, well, like you said, we've got, iTunes and all the other places you could listen to it, so.
True. Did you enjoy the Taki Inoue World Championship powered by Will Vincent?
It was pretty good, except that I kept telling you to stay off the freaking curbs, and you didn't listen.
Yeah, but this, for example, at Imola, you're just supposed to run the curbs. That's the way you run the track.
You had a 60-mile-an-hour advantage on the straights. You don't need the curbs.
That was fucking hilarious. Taki Inoue in a footwork. All of a sudden, the fastest car in a straight line. Vump!
You went. I think at Imola, you went from like 24th to like 16th on one straightaway.
Yeah.
Overpowered.
The Nürburgring is the worst because for some reason everyone just went 20 miles an hour coming out of turn 2. There's nowhere to go.
They do have a brake pedal.
Yeah,
Is that how that works?
The car in front. It's not
Well-
the car in front is a toaster. The car in front is my brake.
Yeah, that's true. You were just leaning on everybody. How about
Session's up?
How about
Session
the
is
race?
up.
How about the one race, Will, where you hit the curb on the final lap while you had a comfortable lead, spun out
That
of the
was
lead,
Imola.
and lost?
I'm not even surprised.
If I'd won that race, Footwork would have been the constructors champions.
You blew the constructors championship for footwork.
Fucking fault.
I know. You know what? The next game I should play.
Terms
Does
have
anyone
never been
remember
uttered.
Grand Prix Manager from like 1995.
Nope.
wanna
Like,
be
you know
excited.
Jeff
I was
Cameron
one.
made the Grand Prix games. Right? Michael Polo,
Nope.
Formula 1 Grand Prix.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he also made an F1 Manager game, which is fucking hilarious because you'd be really good for about 4 or 5 seasons, and then this development war would start, and then you spend about 4 seasons being like the worst team in Formula 1. It really is as if McLaren, over the last 10 years, have been playing out a real-life version of F1 Manager.
It wouldn't surprise me.
There we
Oh,
are.
I know who'd be good at that game.
Who?
Me.
Well, you know what? You can go and... I was going to say you could blow me, but actually that would put me into the same list as a trailer park trash.
Ooh.
$5,000 damage.
Oh my.
I know, I know.
Oh my.
I'm really upset that I can't actually drop that pipe bomb because I got protested the other day.
What did you get protested for?
It wasn't that
Are you allowed
YouTube
to
video,
say?
was it?
No. I got protested for speaking my mind, shall we say.
Well, see, you didn't do it in the right channel.
I know. What I should have done it on the Will and Dave show because you can't protest. Actually, someone's going to try and protest me, aren't they? Oops. But no, it's because
Oopsies.
it was that time when I told someone to grow up or go and see.
Really? That's protestable? That's kind of sad. All right.
I know.
Anything's protestable, don't you know?
And the
Yeah, like
ironic
stopping
thing,
on the
Evidently.
apron.
and the ironic thing is that conversations have been had which people have been complaining about random. I mean, let's be honest. Protesting people for the sake of protesting people, it is getting kind of boring now.
It's just guys carrying out vendettas against people that they know, because every incident on iRacing is a racing incident, so they got to try to find some way to dig their claws into somebody. So it's a voice chat ban or a forum protest or something.
Mm-hmm. My Starbucks has gone cold.
Well, why aren't you drinking it?
I am drinking it, but it's cold now.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh
Oh
dear.
dear.
Is everyone on track?
No.
I'm not on track because I've got to actually turn iRacing on in test mode so I can put it into windowed mode so that I can then go and play without losing my streaming capabilities.
Sounds very complicated.
Yep.
Looks like
Hey,
you might have a full house for this race.
Is it
Guys,
busy?
I bet you the apron's gonna be real fast here.
Oh, shut up, BT.
It's gonna be fast.
Yep. I was going to say something actually about the apron. Oh yeah, that kart game. That kart game was shit.
It did have realistic damage, though.
It did. I mean, the damage model on that kart game, let's be honest, is better than the damage model on iRacing. And if you compare, if you take the damage model off that game, put the amazing track replications from F1 95, and the obviously realistic physics of F1 95, you have what iRacing should be.
Was that
Perfect.
Kart World Series?
Yes, it was the one for PlayStation 1.
Oh, I waited. I saw developments in a video game magazine a year before that, and I counted down the days for that game.
And then you bought it and thought, what the hell is this? Or did you think, oh my god, this is the best thing ever, because it was 1990 something?
Well, you should try
Better
two-player
than
mode. The
6.
frame rates go to about 10 frames per second.
What's that in?
The Kart World Series, two-player mode, split screen.
Oh God.
The frames go to 10 a second.
It gets all stuttery and stuff.
So so because it was so bad, and what's really fun, if you can glitch the game, my friend and I, we would do a game. The object was to one car would go backwards, one car would go forwards, and it was a person going backwards' job to prevent the guy going forwards from winning the race. And you could hit, if you got jammed and you hit a tire just right, the car would shoot up to halfway to the moon. It'd take a minute to go up, a minute to come down, and you could see the whole world. You could see a small map of the track and then just blackness on the outside. It was
got the whole world
rather unique.
So it's iRacing then.
Yeah, that's a bit like what we do at Indy sometimes, though.
With the pit wall?
Yeah, well, we did the extended version of that. Now the Indy 500's over, Chin. I'll give you the video. You can make a video out of it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I couldn't give it to you earlier because...
Chin's like, oh great, another video to make.
Yeah, I might actually use this video as well.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
One of my lowest iRacing moments, the first time the Silver Crown Series went there, I raced it, and I didn't practice all that. Well, I practiced with low fuel, not high fuel, and which was a big mistake. I qualified good, but I spun off a turn 4, hit the pit wall, and I sort of rained down into somebody's car then. It was... not good.
Oops.
Silver Crown's fun. I need to start racing that again, actually.
Yeah, the Silver Crown is fun. Well, the thing is, a couple of people ran that last season, and everyone just went over to the V8s. But I don't think anyone's running the V8s anymore, because the fact that it's too kind of hard. I mean, of course, you know, we need to have a schedule which has got 12 weeks worth of text in it.
Damn right.
Basically.
Yep.
And Kansas. We need a Kansas-Texas schedule.
Oh, yeah.
We got to be able to race on the apron.
No, we also need Darlington and Talladega, because, you know, that's the way the IndyCar really works.
Bristol. Bristol.
Hey, let's throw in Dover while we're at it.
Oh, God.
No. Never again.
You know what? I was one of the first people to try out Dover. It's when ISOWC event. In fact, Aaron, you were in that race, weren't you?
No, I did. I was not, but so I'm just shaking my head. Memories of Dover.
And the thing is, back when we first ran it, it was actually kind of fun because you could actually work the outside line. Because the track was so bumpy, it took a long time for anyone to figure out anything for that track. Then we ran the ISOWC event. It's like, okay, 20-car wreck in the first lap. That's good. And then some ignoramus decided it'd be a good track to put on the official series. Now, let's be honest, you know, compared to a couple of tracks, they have run IndyCar at Dover. But you wouldn't run IndyCar at Dover anymore! 3 wide down into turn number 3 and 4.
Oh, what a surprise Will Vincent wrecked.
I didn't wreck!
You were a part of a wreck.
How was I a part of the wreck?
He fucking cut me off.
How did I cut you off? I was in my lane, you...
Yeah, going like 5 miles per hour slower.
Should we have a look at
this?
Yeah, I was on the inside line. I was on the inside line. You're the one that then got turned around because of the 5-car.
He didn't fucking belong down there.
Ooh.
Never do.
Oh, maybe that's one of my issues, the fact that I've got, you know, full wing on.
So angry.
I've got full wing on, for Christ's sake. No wonder the fact that my car is handling like a whore.
Get that parachute off you.
Yeah.
Look at that time, Dave. I'm almost a full second ahead of you.
We have a pit party.
West Coast party.
Ah. Oh. Are we actually going to stay on for this hour?
Sure, why
I
not?
don't know, are we?
Yeah, so, by the way, everyone, don't go on to racingaces.co.uk. If you're going to Autosport this weekend, don't bother to pay £5 to race 3 laps on R Factor, which has got only G27. By the way, G27 pedals. The Frostmaster Gran Turismo wheel, has anyone used that?
I've still got a Driving Force GT.
Now, my wheel, when I move the wheel, the gears kind of move with it. It's great. The Frostmaster Gran Turismo wheel, you move the wheel, the gear's in the same place. So you're going through a corner. It's like, where the fuck's my gear paddle?
Are you guys coming
you're
out of the
talking
pits
about
or
the
what?
flappy paddles?
Yeah, they've got flappy pedals, but the flappy pedals don't move with the wheel.
Yeah, I think they're like super long.
Yeah, they are. It's the
I don't get
weirdest
it.
thing ever.
I actually ended up putting flappy paddles on my Driving Force GT. Like you can buy a mod for them.
I didn't hit Aaron. What's going on here?
Will Vincent gets wrecked.
No, he doesn't. Will Vincent wrecks himself. What a surprise.
Well, nothing new here then.
Yep.
Nothing to see here, folk.
Very nice.
Broadcast
paint
is
job,
brought to
Mr.
you by
Chip.
Starbucks, the best
Thank you.
damn coffee in the... Oh, I've got to buy myself chicken tikka sub, by the way, because I'm not always bought, in honor of Sean Sith. Yes, it's not a turkey sub, but it's close.
Turkey.
Yeah, it is kind of hilarious how much stick he got for that.
Woo!
Tried to hook you, it didn't do anything.
Are you guys flat
Hurry
out
up,
all the way
Aaron.
around?
Huh?
Yep.
Has this got default weather, by the way?
Should have done 100% fog.
I think this is the IndyQ weather.
Oh,
No,
it
this is
isn't
the
it?
Indy
Yeah.
race weather, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, race.
Oh,
not
yeah,
Q.
because I kind of hosted the 16th Street race, didn't I?
Yeah, there you got me.
Oh,
I
there we...
was
Oh,
on a good lap.
not anymore.
Haha.
I'm still in first. Disclosure: I am using a Paquin setup.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yo, I'm using a Will Vincent setup.
I'm using the
Well,
baseline
it's
setup.
funny. He
What's a
and I
setup?
were working on stuff at Daytona for the 22.4 hours, and he let me try this setup out, and I can't even handle it.
Yeah, that's the John Paquin Lucis fuck setup, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
you start to brake and downshift, and like there goes the rear end.
Am I retarded for trying to use the Daytona prototype in that race?
Yes.
No, I'm doing the same
Are you
thing, so...
retarded? Alright, you just...
I watched.
Can you imagine
I
the
watched
first
Trina
5
do it.
laps, though, in the rough?
I don't care about being the fastest guy. I just want a stable setup where I can brake into turn 1 without the car dancing all over the place.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, you're not
turn
gonna
1
find
in the
that in
C-spec
DP.
is going to be horrible.
It used to be like
I had a
that.
setup like that last year.
Yeah,
I
me too.
was stable and a very enjoyable 2.4 hours.
By the way, Will Vincent is hosting a 3.5-hour race at Daytona
Are you
Nice.
serious?
at day in the LMP, the DP, the McLaren, and the track rough.
Rough. Rough.
Because the rough is
Don't
on
eat meat,
fire.
but sure like the
You
bone.
don't need no water, let the motherfucker burn. Burn, motherfucker.
All right, let's get up here drafting, buddy.
I love how you keep trying to hook me.
I'm just trying to bump draft you now.
Oh, okay. It looked like you were hooking me.
No.
I think bump drafting makes you slower because as soon as I pulled out from behind you, I went faster.
Let me
Can
just
you guys,
consider
like, slow
something
down by
really
3
quickly.
seconds? Thank you.
No.
You were going slower because you were in second place.
I think we're gonna make it.
Just as an aside,
We're coming for you, Andrew King.
watching
Yeah.
Russian car crash videos are hilarious.
Oh, oh, is that the Russian car crash videos, which is like the fake text, like, and the fake insurance scams?
Well, I mean, pretty much everybody in Russia has a dash cam because insurance fraud is so prevalent. So as a result, they capture like all sorts of ass hattery.
I don't know how anybody lives to be over the age of 20 over there after seeing some of those.
Oh, I see a spin, I see a rack, I see a rack, I see a rack.
Trust me, the driving is just as bad
see
here
a
in
rough
Texas.
wreck?
Yeah.
I almost had it saved, and then it... Yeah.
Wouldn't that be awesome if Porsche entered NASCAR?
Bump drafting them.
Wow.
This is wrong.
So wrong, but so right.
Here comes Dave
All
Johnson
kinds of
spinning
rough.
his car. Wilbur's gonna hit the wall.
I didn't even hit anything.
Oh, right. Pit party.
Bam.
In a minute.
Fine.
Your car has too much damage.
Right, I'm gonna stop the stream in a minute, I think.
Why?
Yeah, it's not really talking about anything anymore.
Never cross the streams.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, Aaron, I was
Never
at
crossed the streams.
Go!
I was at Daytona for Car Week, and people were mentioning you flagging at Super Nats.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Aaron, why do you keep getting hit by cars? Or almost hit by cars?
I've been hit 6 times since March of 2012.
How does one become a flagman?
Be at the right place at the right time, essentially, and want to do it. There's not many.
That's the same thing I used to try and pick up women. Doesn't work.
I was gonna say, how's that working for you?
Oh yeah, you know.
I want to give up my career. I want to give up my career and be a flagman.
By the way, I'm gonna say this on record again because we agreed at Autosport. If Liam Jenkins doesn't get laid by the time he's 20, we're all buying him a hooker from GlacierTV.
Now, of course, you only buy hookers where they're legal.
Yeah. Okay. You want to go down there? There you are. You can go down. Hello.
It's fucking Joshua Chin, motherfucker.
That's on the stream.
You're clear high. Clear high.
Oh, how did you guys not hit right there?
I don't know.
Skill?
On the bottom, 3 wide.
3 wide, baby.
Oh.
Look at that woman being the responsible party and getting out of the way.
That's the first time you've ever been responsible in a race car.
Not true.
Whoa!
It's karma, bitch.
Brake check!
Oh, look at that for the middle!
I didn't know what to call that.
Brake check.
Oh, I thought it was clutching. I'm sorry.
No, the brake lights came on, buddy.
Oh man.
Oh no, those were my clutch lights.
I hit bumps on the access road and got air.
Make it stop. Make it stop.
Thank you for listening to the Wil and Dave show. Overland, overtime, whatever.
By the way,
Oh,
Chris
Jenkins, don't
Owen
get no
is going to potentially win the Pro Series on Tuesday. Can you imagine that? I said Chris Owen was going to be shit because he chopped off his hair. Chris Owen could be the Pro Series champion.
Well, this is the anti-Wil and Dave show curse. You told him he's going to be terrible, now he's going to do good.
Yep.
So he better keep sucking the rest of the season.
Yeah, and also suck like hell in WCS as well, Chris. We don't believe in you.
Not at all, not one bit.
No.
You were going to be terrible.
Yeah.
He's not even going to qualify for the race.
He's going to be like mediocre at best.
It's all setups.
Yep, all set
Wonder
up.
Boy.
Wonder Boy.
Let's get that Andrew King.
Thank you very much for picking up the Wil and Dave show. Overland Overdrive, and I'm always going to get wrecked out by Andrew King.
That was my overtime. This one was the most recent.
Say it again.
Of all my overtimes, this one was the most recent.
And probably the worst.
You got it.
Jeez.